They've been recorded, and obviously they will be released. I just don't know exactly when. I also have some travel coming up to where hopefully I'll be able to release every day still while I'm gone, and hopefully Seabear can continue to do the awesome posts that he was doing, and a big shout out to him for doing that as the minion of Smog, as he called himself. And look at this camo. You know, I've actually never seen it in game yet. This is beautiful. I can understand why this person won the contest for that camo. That's awesome. All right, Normandie. Guns, 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 and guns. Lots of guns. Secondary guns, primary guns. Pretty darn good penetration. Instant Cthulhu, what are you doing? No premium consumables. You know how much I hark on you for that. And no signal flags. That makes... Oh, I love the... Look at the touch of gold here. That's cool. I can understand why you're not using signal flags as tier 6. But at the same time, you're in a position where you might very well run into tier 8 battles. This is a tier 5 game, so that's good. You're middle tier. Well, thank you, Seabear. Appreciate the help as always, man. It was really cool having you be able to post that stuff. So thank you. Hawkeye is in here. I recognize him on the forums. Now let's talk about weaknesses. So obviously, guns are very powerful, very strong. But one of the biggest weaknesses is the armor. Showing too much broadside will get you a lot of damage, especially penetrating damage, and possibly even citadel damage from battleships. So you have to be very careful there. You've got really good secondaries that reach out to 5.3 kilometers. Let's activate that secondary battery display. All right. So this is neighbors. This is standard battle. One thing to keep in mind is since it's standard battle, you have to be really thinking about where you're positioning. Because if you put yourself all on one side, there's a lemming train to one side, and the enemy goes the other way. You just do this giant circle jerk around the map, and then they get in your cap, you get in their cap, and then it becomes who goes back to reset. Whoever goes back to reset wins. So you have to be careful about that. Also, a lot of times when it's standard battle, for whatever reason, teams like to go this way. But when it's domination, they like to go this way. It's funny. Now, we see no communication with the team whatsoever. I mean, it's random battle, but still, you know, sometimes it's good to kind of come in and say what you're thinking and all that good stuff. For example, we have an AFK Pensacola. The Texas and Texas are going opposite directions, which is fine. I do like that battleships are going to cover each way. That means that there's going to be cross shots and stuff like that. Now, there's the Leon there, but I would be looking at the Fiji. That's my first food. Aim is a little bit high, though. Aim low. Lower than that, even. Nope, he's turning away. Okay, you can aim there. Okay, let's see where they go. You can't do shell cam. Right. And... Splat!
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
That is the power of the Normandie. Food indeed. Now that Leon has one extra turret, so it's got 4 extra guns. Not as good Sigma, and it still has that weak broadside armor, so you can still do bad things to it. Now, I wouldn't have shot this guy. I would have shot the Atlanta. See the Atlanta here? He's broadside. That would be my next target, and that shot was way too low. As your T-22 goes down to the Leon. Now I would be thinking about kiting away. Obviously, a good part of their team is here. You only have the Cleveland up north to help and the Leander down south. Taking that shot was a little risky, but yeah. I would have waited to see what, when he gets reacquired, what he does. Now, don't shoot again. You're getting a little too aggressive with your shots, which is typical of a player that does a lot of cruiser gameplay. The big thing, of course, being that you don't have the ability to respond to those changes as rapidly. So you've gone for HE, so you're trying to HE pen. I would switch to AP here. He is going broadside. Gajamata spotted. Be very careful about pushing into a Gajamata. Bouncy, bounce, bounce. And boy, if you would have had AP loaded. Okay, you gotta turn away now. Snap, turn away. You need to be turning 100... No, the other way. I would have turned the other way. By turning this way, you're giving broadside to these guys, which is fine. The other way, you're giving broadside to the Numex. But the big thing is that you've got 3 turrets that could get shots on the Cleveland, whereas now you only have the 2 turrets that are getting shots on. Shooter! Now, again, I would be kiting away at this point. Pushing in like you're doing right now is getting you focused. You've got 4 people targeting you. Okay, now's a chance to turn. Try to beat that New Mexico's reload. Resting support, good idea. New Mex is looking at somebody else. This is your opportunity to go. Here's when you need to turn. Hard rudder. Now, there's a problem, and that problem is the island that you've got right there. Time for a repair party. You'll notice that you can now repair the maximum amount of damage. So, repair party time. The island is going to force you to stay broadside to the new max, which is really unfortunate. Another reason why I think if you would have dodged to the north, you wouldn't be in this situation. Watch the Leon. He's got your rear, so it's not so bad. Alright, you've cleared the island. Good. $3,000 damage only. Go figure. What is this Leningrad doing? Hawkeye. Leon kills the Pensacola as the Leningrad is forced to enter into a staring contest with the Cleveland. That's interesting. There's your shots, I think? No, maybe not. Gajamata. Texas gets the kill. Hawkeye floods out to Cleveland. Alright, good. Back to you. Now, what do you got? You got a York and a Texas down here with an enemy Texas and a Mayhem. You got a Colorado mid. So, the thing you have to be careful about is this Gajamata. This Gajamata can really F you up. So you have to watch out for that. Nope. Way too... You didn't lead it at all far enough ahead. Check your shot. You're gonna see you're way missing. All right. And you're gonna get that shot. Up Aim up and left. Up and left. I would, never mind, too late. I would be aiming farther up and left. He's kind of turning away at this point. And as soon as you get spotted and he sees that you're shooting at him, he's going to turn farther away. Although he didn't. That's kind of funny. Time for the New York to get whacked. And underleading, I think, yep. Still, 10K, not bad. Yeah, the Reds are hiding behind islands. These guys are all bunched up behind islands, so you're not going to have really good spotting. Alright, here comes a salvo from the New York. You have to aim and turn as you turn the cruise ship. Texas takes out the York down south. Alright, so here's the deal. You got to kill this guy fast because this guy here is doomed. Time for your next repair party. There it goes. Graf Spee is now targeted. I would focus on him. You just switched to HE. I wouldn't have done that. I would have kept AP loaded. And now you see the graph and you're like, ah. Oh. Atlanta! Firing AP shells. Okay. Come on, man, repair party, there you go. Now, you don't need to worry too much about the Atlanta's AP shells like that, so focus more on enemy targets that are a much bigger threat as you plink, plink, plink away. Or your Texas could kill that guy. Okay, more importantly, the Texas down south just went down. Yep, and now because you didn't take premium, you've got one less charge of repair party, and it's going to take you a full 2 minutes before you can use another one. Underleading again. If I were you, I'd be turning in and getting closer. Nope. Aiming over here more. As the range goes, the lead you have to do is increasing, and that's a relatively fast ship. Seriously, I would like to see you over here. There you go. Yeah, assigning premium consumables would be helpful, but to be honest, I think just the premium consumables. I mean, if you do that, you're essentially giving your Captain SI for free, which is quite nice. As the Gajamata takes another victim. Yeah, if you can get to a 10-point captain, that definitely helps. I don't know that I would have DCP'd one fire like that, especially with using standard consumables. It's gonna take you a while before you you get it up again. And you should be, if he's firing HE at you, I don't know why you're staying bow into him when you could be getting all 3 of your turrets on the target. He's staying nice and broadside for it, and you've got AP loaded. So turn a little bit more and use that other gun. Otherwise, you're giving him the chance to do more damage to you. And now he's going to be behind the island. He's got 8-kilometer torp, so if you continue to... Oh, God, Yamada takes another kill. Remember what I was saying about how standard battle works? At this point, you've only got the Texas and the Colorado and another Texas. I would be turning around and heading back to port. Like, back to your cap. Up here. Screw the New York. You have to be very careful about showing broadside here now. I would have tried to wait for him to fire, then turned. Look at all the damage you just took. Turn away now. You gotta head north. See, now, right now, you're basically pinning this entire game on your Gajamata, on the Gajamata killing or dying to the Texas. He's not going to do that. Those of you guys watching the stream, what do you think? Should he have turned back? Anything you want to give for feedback for Into Cthulhu? I know he's been active in the chat and stuff like that, so now is your opportunity to do so. I like how the Colorado is turning back. That's good. Honestly, I really would like to see you doing it too. Gajamata now on the cap. Gajamata very low, which is good. Texas, come on, Texas. The Texas here is doing a great job. He's kiting away, and because he's kiting away, that's going to allow him to dodge these torpedoes. So as long as the Texas survives here, keeps the Gaja at bay, you've won the battle. Texas, why'd you over-rotate? One thing that I've learned, it's taken a long time to do it, but if you know where the enemy is possibly going to fire torpedoes, there's no reason to turn back into that line of fire. What was that New Mexico shooting at? Yeah, I mean, I know it's beaten into you about not showing broadside and stuff. It's more important to know when it's okay to show broadside and when it's not okay to show broadside. You've got a cruiser that's shooting at you and he's shooting AP or HE. Show broadside. Who cares? Get that other gun into action and fire. But if you're up against a battleship that's that's firing AP at you like that New York, don't show broadside unless you can bait him to do it and then you can turn out. you have to be willing to take the damage in doing so. 50 seconds remaining. He probably cannot cap in time. Even if Texas dies, it's GG. There's the new mechs. Texas is using HE. Now, these guys are outside our render distance. Good to know, math hard. Lol. And that's it, you win on time. And torpedoes. Oh! I need to screenshot this as Murica dies. There we go, Death of Murica. Wow. Well, thanks for sending in that replay. I thought it's actually a pretty good replay to highlight some of the things that you do right, some of the things that you do wrong there. So, cool. As the Texas burns, there we go. By the way, thanks to that player for supporting the USS Texas. He got that camo by donating money to the Texas, and I don't know if you can still do that or not, but if you get the opportunity to do so, please do. It's good stuff. All right, we're going to do one more replay, and then I'm going to get into my ranked chat. So once again, I'm going to post the link there. Please pick out any of those replays you'd like to see. And I'm going to go mute for a sec, grab a quick snack, something to drink, and then we'll resume. Alright, I'm back. So I see Edgecase is voting for his replay. That's perfectly fine. Cthulhu, feel free to send me your worst, man. If I recall correctly, I did your Fiji game where you chose to run double spotter plane or something. That's fine too. Send me those. Alright, I'm going to move down to... let's see. Edgecase will pick up yours here, so let's go to our voice chat here, and I'll go ahead and pull up your replay.